Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at NECA's, Disney's, Gargoyles Broadway. I know, again, a mouthful to say all that stuff, but you gotta say that it's from NECA. You gotta say that it's Disney, and you gotta say it's Gargoyles, and then you gotta say his name, which is Broadway. Anyway, I just got this thing in. Boom, got it from Sergeant Red's here in Michigan. It's in the greater Detroit area. I think it's Utica or Shelby. I don't know, mix and match. But if you're in the area or not, just check out Sarge and Red's. Real good store. Really gonna like it, I think. So anyway, let's get into this because this is what you guys wanted to see. Now, I've seen this thing popping up over in other states, and we've been waiting for it here in Michigan. Well, guess what? It came. I ran out there. I got it. Boom. There it is. Broadway. He looks pretty menacing. He's got the white eyes. So let's open it up. Like every NECA, looks really, really nice. And there you see him. I mean, he looks ready to eat there. Now, look at everything that they got inside there. Now, this guy comes crammed with a bunch of stuff. So not only is he a big, beefy guy, he comes with 3 sets of hands, popcorn, his tail, his wings, an extra head, a chicken stick, something that looks like some sort of vegetable. I don't know what that is. And then two different weapons. You got an axe and you got a big giant mace here. Anyway, this looks absolutely awesome. And here is the back. You can see him eat, just kind of chowing away. And look at that big old gut. You know, that guy eats, man. Us big guys, we know about that. When I say big guy, I mean little big guy. Anyway, there's your cross-sell of all the figures that we've gotten so far. As a matter of fact, is that every figure? It doesn't even have Thaylog on here. So I'm not really sure what they're talking about, and we don't have that little guy yet. So let's not waste any more time. Again, you can see, I've mentioned before, the photography that NECA does is second to none. I wish we'd get some of these props that they show, but they don't. So anyway, look at that. And why I keep showing you. So anyway, let's take a look at this figure. We're gonna open them up. I guess I can grab one of the other gargoyles that I have and just kind of compare them in size-wise and see how well they work together. So anyway, but before we start, if you like the content that you're getting, take a second, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a gargoyle video, and there's a bunch of them. As a matter of fact, I will make sure that at the end of this video, I'll leave the playlist of all the gargoyle videos so you can go back and watch them and decide if you haven't picked them up already, but if you haven't, I'm not sure why. Anyway, let's look at this thing. All right, figure is out, accessories are out, wings are out. Now, I gotta say, listen, I'm not gonna try and criticize anyone that might be an inbox collector, but I gotta say, if you're an inbox collector, I just don't understand why, because you know what? Opening the toys and just posing them, that's just so much fun. So let's quickly take a look at the wings here. And we only have both of them because this guy over here, he doesn't have a claw right over there. He doesn't have a claw, and I didn't even realize it until it was pointed out to me, and I just keep forgetting to contact NECA. Probably should do that. Anyway, quickly here, this has wonderful paint apps. I mean, it looks like they're really scaled. So basically, the plastic here is blue. You got this, you know, the green scales on the inside. You can see the paint throughout it. It looks really nice. How well does it move? Well, I'll tell you what, this one moves really easily. So that's by far probably the easiest one I've moved it so far. And on the back here, it's like this dark blue or black. And again, still scaled. I think everything looks awesome. And we'll take a look at this one too. It does have the top. Now, this doesn't have a piece on the top like the little hands he has over there. So I guess I don't really need to worry about it. But everything looks really nice. Paint looks good. See, that's able to turn in real nice. Flip it over, we got the same thing. So, I'm gonna push these over to the side. He's got his big honking tail here. And it is on bendy wire. You can see where the little holes are. So, we can bend it. And you're pretty much gonna use this to stand him. At least I am. I know someone had mentioned about how they're supposed to walk. It is difficult, but you do have to kind of have their legs arched in no matter how, but you still need that tail to get him to stand. So I don't fully remember everything with the cartoon. It's been a long time since I watched it. I just remember I really liked it, and I just need to go back and rewatch it. But he comes with this popcorn, and again, looks like he has a bunch of butter on it, but it looks different. And the thing that I gotta like about this is they really easily could have just done like, this came with the Elf one. They could have really easily just redone that and got away with it, but they constantly use new sculpts. Doesn't help when you drop it, but hey, at least I didn't drop everything. But that's the Elf one, and I'm gonna say I picked this thing up for $40 at Sergeant Red's. That's how much my boy over here, Brooklyn, was at another store that I got, Nerd Out, which is the common, I would say the common price for a shop. And here is some eaten chicken, turkey leg, whatever you want to call it is. And it looks really nice. You can see the bone is painted. You know, you have the chicken all over. You can see it's eaten. So it honestly looks like it probably has about 4 different paint apps just on this little itty bitty turkey leg / chicken leg, whatever you want to call it. Again, I think it looks really nice there. And then I'm not sure what this is. Someone will have to, in the comments, tell me what the reason that he has this. Now, this guy has a big belly. He's obviously always eating. I do remember that. So you got some popcorn, some chicken. You got this. And it's kind of like Elf, I guess. Except Elf wants to eat the cat. You think he'd eat the cat? I don't know. What should say? Broadway, eat the cat? Anyway. Then we got his angry face with the white eyes. So if you remember when they were angry, their eyes turned completely white. And looking at this face, it looks absolutely awesome. The paint, I think, looks really good. The teeth are painted nice and white. But it's just not like it's all painted across. You know, it's black here. So, well, it's actually not black. It's gapped. So, okay. So, actually teeth hanging out. You got the tongue that's sticking out there. Again, I think this looks awesome. I don't see any paint rub on it. So, that's really nice. And it looks like we might be able to get this head to actually move up and down. But he kind of has a merman style look to him. Just the way the scales are back here. And then we got the 2 fist hands, which the nails are painted a different color. So there is a small paint app on there. Then you got the open claw, which is going to be used for holding, let's say, popcorn. Squeeze the popcorn out of that. And again, the fingernails are painted. Here we have his holding hand. So he's going to hold one of his weapons, or anyone's weapons for that matter. Because right now he's got the open hands right there. Then we'll look at his mace, which NECA, Valaverse, who else was there? I think the AWOC figures. Their weapons are very stiff, very hard. So you could definitely poke something. If you have really thin skin, you could easily probably puncture the skin. But this looks really nice. The handle is painted, so it does have a paint app there. It's clearly the color of, I would say, the mace here is probably what it looks like. But it is painted throughout this. So it looks really nice. And this is just an awesome weapon to have. And again, as I start picking up more Mythic Legions, these guys and the AWOC figures, they just can work so well together. Even maybe the Spawn figure. I like some of these mythical style creatures. And I know these are gargoyles, but let's be honest, it's kind of mythical, right? And then you have this giant axe, which just looks very badass. Again, paint throughout here. And you can see the mixture of the paint and everything. Again, I say very happy with this. And you can tell that this one has been in some battle. So I really like the way this looks. This guy, again, for $40, I think you are getting a bang for your buck on most of these figures. I think Bronx, not so much, because they had to throw in the cape with him. Again, not the cape, the draped wings. He had a couple accessories. I understand what NECA is trying to do when they talk about keeping the price point the same with the smaller figures, so they're going to give you the draped wings, but personally, I think that you should get the draped wings with the actual figures. With that said, for as much stuff as you're getting for $40, I don't know how you can throw the draped wings in and get this for that same price. So, let's quickly just take a look at this guy. He's going to have a hole in the back here, so you can pop the tail on. His toenails are the same color as his fingernails, so it all works with one color. Now, it almost looks like he's one complete color here, but you can tell the striations here, there are some paint apps. This looks absolutely wonderful. It almost looks like his jaw opens, and I actually tried to open it, but there's no hinge here, like over here on our boy Brooklyn. But the black paint app with the tooth here, it really does make it look like you're going to be able to open it up. Now, looking at his eyes here, I think it looks really nice because you can see his pupils. He doesn't really have that happy-go-lucky face that I kind of remember him having in the cartoon, because he was more of that bumbling guy. But again, when you think about who voices him, you would understand why he's kind of like that bumbling guy. And then on the back here, everything, again, it looks really nice. You can see, obviously, where we're going to put everything. And I like the fact that he has like this muscular structure, but then has this belly. And it really reminds me of somebody that's talking right now. Because if you've ever seen me, it's not this muscular, but that's kind of how I am. And then he has the same type of wardrobe that the other gargoyles have. So, now as for his articulation, that's about as far as he can go with the T-pose. He's got the waist that kind of moves up and down a little bit. He's just such a big guy. He just swivel back and forth. His head, it can look down, but looking up, unfortunately. And it can go side to side. A lot better than these ones with the hair. You got double jointed. Now, no pinless. That's disappointing, but maybe one day they'll change it, but hopefully it doesn't change the cost. But it doesn't really bother me because this is all one color, so you're not going to notice. You got your bicep swivel. And then you got your wrist swivel. Same here. Again, so I'm not having any issues. I heard so many awful things about NECA stuff where they, if you don't heat them up, they're going to break. No issues with any of the new figures that I've been getting. Single joint here. It's not pinless, but his thigh does cover it. So he's going to get about 90 degrees, maybe even a little bit more. And you got your ankles here, your toes. Again, no issues at all with this. And then you get your Jean-Claude Van Damme. Not that bad for not having drop down hips, which I'm perfectly fine with. All right, again, very sharp. Things are very sharp with NECA figures, so you got to watch them. And because they're a lot of mythical creatures, you're going to have to watch that type of stuff, or else you're literally going to poke yourself and it's just going to hurt. All right. Pop the tail on. Now these ones went in really nice and easy, which makes me think they might be a little soft. And what I mean by soft is loose like that. So this is probably the biggest complaint with the gargoyles. They are on a ratchet, but if they pop out, they just tend to fall like that. So that is one of the biggest issues. Again, they are on a ratchet, so you can kind of see how it pops into place. But these are really loose. This one here, when I move it, it actually starts to come out. So that is disappointing. But I don't know, there's only so much you can do. These wings are so big. Now, I don't complain about the wings. I know what I'm getting when I buy them. They are hard to review. He was really hard to review. I'm pointing over like you said. He was hard to review because his wings don't really move all that much. His wings, maybe they just move easier, so you can kind of have them thrown back. Again, this is how you kind of work them into displays. I don't think it's all that big of a deal. So let's try and throw some weapons, some hands on him, change his head. So How easy does his head come off? Nice and easy. Now, when you drop it and it lands against the wall, you're probably not going to get it back right away, now are you? So now he is angry. Now, maybe he's angry because he ran out of popcorn and the concession stand is closed now. It's hard to say. I like the big open hands. I think you can do so much when it comes to a display like this. Although I do need his head back. And hopefully I don't scratch it up on my floor. Because that would be too bad, right? Look at that. Still looks nice and clean. Alright, so let's throw on. You know, this desk, as inexpensive and nice and sturdy as it is, I got from Amazon, everything slides really easily. So let's pop this on. Then we're going to throw his popcorn right here. And popcorn does feel soft, so I don't think it's going to be anything you need to worry about. He's just kind of like, you know, he's just eating his popcorn. He's mad because, I don't know, maybe he didn't get enough butter. We'll go with that one. I'm going to throw this. See, this is going to be hard because this is all really hard. Now I got to fit it into his hand. And if you try and push down on one or the other, the nails are kind of, well, the nails are softer, so that's not that bad. There we go. This is me just rambling on, guys, but hey, you know how it goes. As a matter of fact, I met the first person that actually recognized me from YouTube. He had at the toy store when I was picking this up, and as he listened to me go off on different rants, I said, that's where the rambling came from, and he got to kind of chuckle out of that. All right, so there he is with the mace. I think it looks awesome. I like kind of with the wings back, although now you're going to push them forward, but hey, you're going to make this work in a display. That is for sure. But look at those muscles. I mean, I think they did such a wonderful job. I mentioned before on Brooklyn over here, just the way the chest is, it's not the same. And as I mentioned, I can tell you from my own self of working out, your chest is not developed equally every single time. We're not all Arnold Schwarzenegger where everything is completely equal. Let's grab the axe. It would be cool if I had two grab hands so I could put both weapons in it, but unfortunately, we don't get that. And I can tell you, I'm watching this here. We're going to do this first. I mean, if I got the angry face, you got to make him look like he's biting into the chicken, which now it makes me want a big chicken drumstick. That sounds really good right now, doesn't it? Look at that. And popcorn always sounds good. Then again, so does fried chicken. All right, let's throw the axe on it. I would say it's probably easier. I like that the hands come off pretty easily. Ooh, it looks like, oh, you know what? Look at that. These things connect together. I didn't realize that. Maybe someone should have told me. Is it on the back here? Oh yeah, he's holding it like this on the back. That's what happens when you don't pay attention all that well. I like that it connects so he can hold them both together. Frankly, I just wanted to have the axe. See how it looks. Throw the axe on here. I think the axe just is awesome looking. So there is the axe. Now let's say you want to get him to be Darth Maul there. Look at that. Darth Broadway right there. Look at that. Listen, I'm about to go live real soon and do Punks on Film talking about Commando. So I'm kind of giddy right now. Kind of in a good mood trying to get through this. Alright, so let's take this off here. Pop this thing off here. There's only so much to show. This hand keeps coming off. Again, hand comes off really easily. Let's throw a fist on it. Again, I like how easily they come off, but they tend to go in and feel nice and smooth. Like you're not going to have to really worry about losing it or not staying on there. You're also not going to have to worry about fighting to get it off. I think they could have probably done a little bit better make this shaft, I know that's what she said, a little bit longer. So, now for comparison's sake, he is a big, thick boy, but he's not the tall one. So, here we have Goliath next to him. So you can see how much bigger he actually is right there. And let's bring over Brooklyn. And they are much closer in size. Now, again, his wings, because of his hair, they really don't allow you to do too much. So you try and make these work together here. And you can see he is taller than Brooklyn. And again, this is all exactly how I remember them. So let's throw him over there. It's kind of a mess over here. I don't have as much room as one might think. So there we go. He's got a nice little belly button. I have a fear of belly buttons. Why did I just say that? I don't know. Because I'm just going off right now. But again, everything looks really nice. This, I tell you, like, I need to find some sort of cover over this, because everything just comes shooting right off so easily. And I don't know, I didn't realize it before. So I've been going 18 minutes here showing you. Let's wrap this up. You guys don't care. All right, so there is Broadway from NECA, Disney, Gargoyles. Again, a long name. I probably should just shorten it. But hey, you know how I do my reviews. I like to do it on one take. And again, I'll mention it. The reason why I like to do it on one take is, I guess the opening doesn't really bother me that much. I kind of show you everything, show you how it looks inside. But I like to do it on one take once I open it up, because this is what you're going to get when you open it out of the box. And I heard some awful things about NECA when I first started, really getting into toys in the past couple years. And I gotta say, I think their plastic is actually really nice. The elf figure is like a top-notch figure. I think most of these figures are pretty good. I see the Brooklyn back there. His elbows seem a little gummy, but not all that bad. But for the most part, the sculpt on this is absolutely wonderful. I actually like the kind of the boring head a little bit more. I kind of like a dumpy dauber head. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should. But I gotta say, these things look absolutely wonderful. They have huge wings. All right, as I can show you, you gotta come back all the way here just so you can see the wings. But again, like, I'm getting these knowing how big these wings are, but when you look at the paint and just the fact that now we are getting the draped wings, it's nice. Again, if I collect Goliath, I just really like Goliath. Now I gotta go buy bronze to get the wings. I don't think that's really a great way to sell things. I think it'd be better if you just sold them in a pack, if you're not gonna give them. That way someone doesn't have to go and buy, a Lexington when he comes out, because he's coming out, I believe, with Damona's wings. So, but there he is, the wonderful looking Broadway. I was looking for this. I was waiting for this one. Again, I find it odd because on the box here, he's like all green, but that's just like the shade and the coloring. And he's clearly this blue here, and he's got the green on the wings. I don't know. I think he looks really nice. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to wrap this up because I have rambled on long enough to appease all you people for what you come for. Anyway, before I leave, you know the drill. Social media, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, A Punk with Toys. Hop on over there. Just hit that subscribe button or the follow button, whatever there. I don't know what it is. And then, again, don't forget the Facebook group page, Punks with Toys, because once you join, you're a Punk with Toys. These things will definitely be up there. And last but not least, take a second, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Always hit the like button for any content creator that you enjoy. It tells YouTube, hey, these people are enjoying this. The algorithm says, let's send stuff out. and hit that bell notification so you are notified every time that I do drop a gargoyle video, which I've been able to review every single one, and I don't plan on stopping. And if you're a gargoyle fan, you know lots are coming. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. We're gonna get out of here, but don't leave. Take a second. Right here is a Gargoyles playlist, and right here, you know what? I'll throw Brooklyn in there so you can take a look at that video. Take care, guys.